Yeah.
Are you ready? Okay. Yeah.
Okay, my name is Noah, and here's my...
Did Canadians show up on video?
No, we actually blank when we show up. Okay, so
like
this
ghosts.
is pink sport.
Yes.
So pink sport is good to find because you think, hey, I can actually figure something out about this. Whereas if it's brown sport or white sport and it's gilled, you might have a lot more difficulty.
Yeah.
Because there's only two families, really, of pink sport gilled mushrooms. There's the Pluteus family, which all have free gills, which means that the gills do not actually touch the stem, which these do.
This does have free gills.
No, it looks like it does.
Oh,
but if you look really closely on super zoom,
I'm zoomed.
yeah,
but
you'll see that it looks blurry. Yeah, it's just blurred. If you actually look not through the camera, but actually look,
I know. You're right.
you'll see that you can see the lines of the gills going all the way into the stem. There's no definite space between the...
Oh.
Okay, Mr. Miller, may I ask
All right.
a question? So there's two families of pink sport.
Gilled mushroom.
Gilled mushroom.
Yeah.
So where does Saturel reconnaissance fall into this?
Well,
What?
that is an exception to the rule. I would not call that pink. You see,
No,
that's really different.
Not pink. It's the only true pink.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You guys.
That notwithstanding,
Okay.
in general. So we just preface everything I say with in general, and then
He's wrong in film here.
yeah. So another way is to try and destroy it. You can try and rip the, which I won't do.
Yes.
It wouldn't hurt this thing.
Okay.
Or the thing doesn't deserve that. But if you were to try and pop off the stem,
Right.
how easily would it come off, or would it damage the cap?
Got it.
And
So
if
it would
it's got
probably
two
damage
free
the cap.
gills, it wouldn't. It just will boink. It'll almost pop off even if you're not trying. You can just like bend it a little bit.
When you stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because the store-bought ones do have free gills, so
Yeah.
the stems are really easy
Now when I
to...
try out the
Totally.
macrolepiota, it
Yeah.
doesn't work. Why is that?
Well, you said the store-bought ones. You mean the store-bought white button mushrooms?
Yeah.
Because we all know that they do sell chanterelles in the store,
Yes.
Not
which are
now.
not. Well, they do
But they
sometimes.
weren't grown in captivity.
Not now.
That's true. Okay, so they're wild. You're right.
Yeah, they're
Free-range mushroom.
So these do not have free gills. So that tells you it's in the group that doesn't have free gills.
Wait a
Now,
minute, free range,
the ones with
free gills.
yeah, the ones with
Free
free
range,
gills
not free gills.
usually grow sticking out of a piece of wood, whereas the ones that do not have free gills are usually growing out of the ground. So you have, so this was found on the
so it was
ground.
on the ground and without free
it doesn't
gills.
have free gills, so
Damn.
you know, so it is in the Entoloma family. And the lumpers have won against the splitters in the Entoloma family in that many of the different genera, like Nolania and Leptonia, are being moved back into Entoloma because they're not really all that different. Whereas in every other part of the mushroom world, they're splitting them and creating new ones, and you have to
the
learn new
lumpers
words
and
all
the
the time.
splitters, and
They
so.
really are different.
So now let me ask you: are you a lumper or a splitter?
Well, that depends.
On whether it's edible.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we found out earlier Morels is a lumper.
Yeah. I'm a
Oh.
splitter when there's a good reason to split.
Okay.
Like if you have this one mushroom and it was called the same genus as another mushroom, but it turns out it's not at all related, and there's all these other mushrooms with different names in between them, well, it's really, you kind of got to give it a new name. But if there's, but if you give this one a different name, but there's no other mushroom that would be closer to it than there was before, and you just feel like you need to give it a new name because it seems like it's a little different, it's less obvious that you should split it into its new name then.
Okay.
So Noah errs in the side in giving every individual its own species.
As soon as you're able to identify a different characteristic, bam, new species.
Yeah. No, as soon as you find a different one, he'll find something different about it, and he'll probably find.
Yeah, but then that's really crazy because you'd almost be saying that the young ones and the old ones of any given species are
No, like
different.
the Morels that were split up.
Well, I don't look.
You have
So here's the
yellow
thing:
Morels
you
and
can say
black
look at,
Morels.
but I have no context of all this stuff. So you guys are going.
If you don't leave Seattle, your yellow Morels will look like yellow Morels, and your black Morels will look like black Morels.
Okay.
However, if you go to Eastern Washington, your black Morels will look different from the ones here. You go to California, they'll look different again. But people like Danny just want to call them all Morels and eat them all. Not worried about it.
Well, are they all edible though?
Yes.
So then just eat them all.
But some of them don't taste as good.
Oh boy.
Like Verbernia, you don't want to eat it. It's worse than Verba.
I'd eat it. It's
Well,
edible.
There you go.
It's an edible morel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Better than a button mushroom.
So this,
Yeah, anything is better than a button mushroom. That means it's edible.
yeah,
I mean, look, I'd eat a button mushroom.
Right.
There you go.
desperately attempting to get back on topic. This is in the Entoloma family because it has attached gills and because it was found growing on the ground. It is in particular Nolania, and because it's and it kind of looks like it might be the silky Nolania sericea.
Yeah.
Which one? So Nolania stricta,
No.
No, Sericea.
No.
Moloconiota.
No.
Dude.
There's too many of them.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell with Entolomas.
And most of
which
them
one
are
you have.
European names which should not be
Yeah.
applied here. It's in the, I mean, you can call it Spring Nolania group.
Spring Nolania group?
Nolania.
Because it's spring and you
Yeah.
plant it in the
Spring. Yeah, I mean, Nolania verna is a name everybody dumps on it.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so I mean,
Sounds good.
brown, kind of shiny, umbonate cap.
Changes color when you pick it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It'll be
hyperophenous,
dark
so-
brown when you collect that.
and not as
fresh.
shiny.
Oh, and so now it's gotten shinier as it got
Right,
older.
not shiny.
Yeah.
You take pictures
Pink
every hour.
spores, attached gills, and then really like fibrous stipe. So we broke this apart. So you can see kind of these twisting fibers which run down the stipe, and really tall, slender, and most likely poisonous.
Yeah.
Most
Don't eat
are.
it.
Yeah.
Well, probably most of them aren't, but since some of them are and you can't really tell them apart,
Oh, yeah.
by caution we say not to eat them. But I would be surprised if this one was actually poisonous.
Okay, try it.
I might actually eat it later to find
Oh.
out. No, I might give it to Daniel, let him eat it and tell me. I'm sure it's probably not poisonous. Okay.
You're sure it's probably not.
Yeah.
So you're 100% sure that it's only
60% sure.
60% sure not poisonous.
I would say it's more than 50% likely to be safe. That isn't necessarily safe enough to eat it, but I'm saying that it's not definitely poisonous. But nobody except a few crazy people would eat it anyway.
I bet that.